At night, the German air forces attacked the city of Cows. The main target of the Luftwaffe aces was the dockyards. Approaching the city, 160 German bombers split into two groups. Some planes headed to the delta of the Medina River, from where Cows wasn't covered by AA defenses. The German pilots, knowing this, already considered this task a walk in the park. They could never have imagined how events would unfold. Polish destroyer Błyskawica stood in their way, ready to defend the city as its resilient guardian.
I ain't just here for the moment. Show me a better opponent. You see me running the block, yeah, from the night to the morning.
In 1918, after World War I ended, the political map of the world changed drastically. Once mighty empires vanished from its pages, new states emerged, and some lost states were reborn on their territories. Poland was among the latter, and with their new maritime borders, the young republic needed a fleet.
In the second half of the 20s, Poland started ordering ships from the Netherlands, France, and Great Britain. Two of them, Błyskawica and sister ship Grom, were built at the dockyards of the British city of Cows and became some of the best destroyers of their time.
On November 25, 1937, the Polish flag is raised on the destroyer. The ship leaves the British shores and heads home. Meanwhile, clouds were already gathering over Europe. Hitler's Third Reich was preparing for a major conflict that would envelop the continent.
The Poles expected aggression and understood that it would not be easy to take a stand against it. Fearing that their ships would be captured, the Polish High Command decided to send the most modern of them to Great Britain to join the British Navy and fight for independence side by side with the Allies.
It's worth saying that they had every right to worry. On September 1st, 1939, when Błyskawica arrived at the British port of Leith, the Germans attacked the Westerplatte naval base. The invasion of Poland and World War II began.
As soon as intel about the German raid on the city arrives, Błyskawica leaves her dockyard berth. Luftwaffe planes are already over the city under a hailstorm of HE bombs. The destroyer, all guns blazing, heads straight toward the attacking wave of planes. The enemy is startled by such a furious response. The ship's guns spit fire relentlessly, and the barrels heat up so much that the crew has to constantly pour water on them.
Innovations and even more innovations. The ship was already armed with state-of-the-art Bofors AA guns upon entering service, and these weapons gained legendary status during the war. Innovations also allowed the ship to reach impressive speeds of up to 40 knots and sail on far-reaching voyages. German destroyers were no competitors to Błyskawica in this regard. Then the torpedo launchers, British-made, capable of unleashing 550mm torpedoes. But the Polish engineers also designed special devices and, voila, they were able to launch French 450mm torpedoes. Versatility.
The agreement with the British allowed the Polish ships to have their own command and flag in the Royal Navy. This meant that they were the only free territory of Poland where the Polish flag and Polish military uniform were used.
The destroyers survived through the entire war and conducted combat missions in various regions, from the subtropics of the Mediterranean Sea to the frozen Arctic deserts. And when asked how they ended up in one place or another, the Poles said, "We're fighting here, but we are fighting for our homeland, for Poland."
From 1939 through 1945, this destroyer covered almost 140,000 miles, participated in patrols and various battles more than 100 times, and escorted more than 90 convoys. Some key wartime operations were recorded in a hand-drawn diary created by the crew, now displayed aboard Błyskawica. She was the first to attack a German submarine in World War II, participated in the Norwegian operation, the evacuation from Dunkirk, the Battle of the Atlantic, and the Allied landings in North Africa and Normandy.
After 3 years of war, Błyskawica required repairs and the crew needed rest. And so, in the spring of 1942, the destroyer arrived in the familiar city of Cows. As it would turn out, fate would allow the ship to defend the city that brought her into the world.
The hammering fire of Błyskawica's AA guns was very effective. The bombers had to climb higher, sacrificing the accuracy of bombing.
Grinding on every occasion, a matter of pride, a matter of patience. See me outside with a case and I'm ready to ride. The road never taken. They know that when I arrive, I'ma get mine. I'm deeply invested. I'm moving in charge of the tide, leaving no room for a break in my.
At dawn, when the enemy planes retreated without reaching their objective, it became clear that Błyskawica had helped defend Cows, and without suffering any significant losses for herself.
Błyskawica was generally considered a lucky ship, both among Polish and British sailors. While her sister ship Grom was sunk by German aviation back in 1940, only 7 crew members died on Błyskawica during the entire 6 years of the war.
After the war, the ship had to return from Great Britain to the Polish People's Republic, which had become part of the socialist camp. It presented a very dramatic choice for her crew, whether to stay in a foreign, albeit friendly, country, or to return home with their ship. Some decided to stay in Britain. Others returned to their homeland. Most of them, having arrived home, lost their positions, and several officers were even sentenced to death.
After arriving in Poland, Błyskawica was used as a training ship and warship for the next 20 years. The destroyer was twice honored as the finest ship in the Polish Navy, a distinction often echoed by visitors, who consistently praised how clean, well-maintained, and polished she was.
However, when the destroyer went on exercises in August of 1967, an accident occurred in one of her boiler rooms, and 7 crew members died. The restoration of Błyskawica as an active warship was deemed non-viable, and on May 1, 1976, Błyskawica took her new role as a museum ship in the city of Gdynia. By that time, a memorial plaque had been installed on the destroyer, and simultaneously, the same one was installed in the British city of Cows. Immediately after the German air raid ended, the destroyer's crew rushed to put out the fires, and the ship's doctor provided medical assistance to the townspeople. Locals still remember how Błyskawica, a destroyer originating from their city, protected them.